Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. In today's video, I want to just go over with you how to buy transplants and how to save money buying your tomato transplants, pepper transplants, even some herbs. I have 3 setups through here. I bought stuff at different places. I'll go over the prices and I'll give you a couple tips on, selecting the right plant. The cheapest way, of course, is to start your own seeds indoors. Those are tomato plants. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to do that. These are being started without grow lights. I actually sell all the seed starting stuff at my seed shop. These were started indoors, so to speak. I just set up the trays, put the seeds in, and as soon as they broke the surface, they've been coming out during the day when it's above freezing, and they come in at night. So you can start your seeds without grow lights, but you do have to bring them in and out, throughout the day. So if you don't want to do that, you want to shop around. Now, if you go to Home Depot, these are all purchased at Home Depot, same thing at Lowe's, and it's usually in, Bonnie's proud to, charge these prices, so I'm proud to talk about the company. They're going to charge you anywhere from $3.98 for a single tomato plant. These are more, and I actually bought these for a video on growing dwarf tomatoes, so I'll be doing a series on that. These are actually $4.44 a plant. The smaller size plants that come in a container like this, they're usually $3.98. So if you're buying the Bonnie plants, you're going to be paying the most money out of all of these. And that's fine if you want to do that, but just, be informed. After we go over the prices, I'll talk about selecting the right transplants. Now, at my local hardware store, where I used to live, that's a tomato plant right in there. Nice and large, looks great, some eggplant. They were, I believe, actually 79 cents a plant. So let's just call it $1 a plant. Perfectly healthy. You don't need a bigger plant than that. Pepper plants look a little bit smaller. That's fine. You don't need to buy the larger pepper plants and spend more money. These plants will catch up to bigger plants as soon as it gets warm out in your garden soil and all that. But these are only 79 cents. We're calling them $1 a plant. The other thing I wanted to stress is you want to put transplants out because that gives you a jump on the season. The actual size of the plants don't matter that much because they're going to grow quickly, catch up with each other when soil temperatures are right, when the air temperatures are right. So these plants are pretty comparable. And price-wise, $2.50 for 4, $1 per plant, that's fine. You can get the bigger one if you want. When you get to the plants that are $3.98, generally speaking, that's not going to be much different than this plant or that plant. But then you can also go up to plants that are in these larger, I don't know if these are quart pots or what, but they're $6.98. And then you can get even to a bigger pot and pay $12.98. Just because the plant is bigger, you don't need to pay more money thinking you're going to save a lot of time. The production of these plants will quickly catch up to these bigger potted plants. If you want to buy them, that's fine. But don't think because you're paying $6.98 or $10.98 for a bigger tomato plant, you're going to get more quicker. Maybe a couple, but generally speaking, the plants left to right will all catch up to these bigger potted plants. Now, here's a good example. This was the basil bought at the same local hardware store. So check out your local hardware stores. The basil plants here were $1.79. The basil plant at Home Depot from Bonnie was $3.98. And you can see that these are much more expensive. These plants are no better than the plants over here. So check your local hardware stores. Now we have a local nursery called Frank's, and the 4-pack right there is $2.50. So you get 4 tomato plants for $2.50. You get a whole tray. I think there's 8 cells in there, discounted price for $18. And I have different tomatoes and peppers in there for videos that I didn't seed start. So there is a price difference. It's really worth going to your local hardware stores, your local nurseries, checking out the prices. All the plants are pretty much the same. Now when you go and buy the plants, try and stay away from tomato plants that are flowering, pepper plants that are flowering, any plant that has flowers or fruit on it. You really want to get them before that. The whole goal is to get your plant into the ground and give it a couple of weeks of it really establishing leaf growth, root growth, and then the flowers and the fruit come. So we have a plant there, and that's okay. I mean, that's not bad. I would pinch those off. And that was, again, because it's a select variety, it was $4.44, but let's call that $3.98, at Home Depot. And this was the one that was about $1. This is a nice healthy plant. When we plant that tomato plant, we plant up to where my finger is, get it in the ground, it will be wonderful. Same with the eggplant. That's a good size. There's no flowers on the eggplant. That's what you're looking for. The other reason I like going to the hardware stores or the nurseries is the plants tend to be watered and cared for better than sometimes at Home Depot. They dry out really fast. So the bottom line is to shop around. Just don't get caught into spending top dollar at the big box stores. When you're selecting your tomato and pepper plants, try and select plants that don't have flowers. Same thing with the eggplant. That's a good example of eggplant and tomatoes that don't have flowers. Same with the peppers. They just look healthy and green. Again, these are only $1.79 versus $3.98 from your big box store. Hope you enjoyed the video and it gives you some idea of how to save money. You don't have to go with the biggest plant. Smaller plants are perfectly fine when you're getting them into the ground. They're going to catch up with each other as soon as the temperatures get to what the plants enjoy. Thanks for watching, and please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com.